All right, I'm taking this because I've kind of gotten an idea of what I was missing. But the reason why I'm doing this is because I replaced this mattress with one that was behind it. So you can see I put the old mattress back there. This one does not have any damage here. And you can see that there is plenty of space between the door and the mattress, so there shouldn't be any damage in the future unless somebody comes in here and tries to rearrange things. Now I've gotten everything in here so snugly and tightly, and I took a picture of it so nobody can put it back by memory, not even me. So this is just for safety, just to protect me in the future of another incident happening like this. I will document everything later, but sorry, there's still glass all over the ground, and there's some in my shoe, so I'm gonna set the camera down while I try to get this glass out. I It's like in my skin. I don't know how it got into my shoe. Like I said, I got a pretty good idea of what's missing. Some things I know for certain. Some of my Disney memorabilia. Unfortunately, all that stuff is irreplaceable. I'm gonna have to go back onto my Disney app because I purchased most of them using the app to get prices for that stuff. Unfortunately, I can't replace it, which sucks. It was worth a whole lot more than what I paid for it. And for example, one of the watches that I bought, it was part of a 12 watch collection, and I had 11 of the 12 of them, was $60, $67, $64, something like that when I bought it, before tax. They are, of course, going now on eBay anywhere between $500 and $1,000. I don't know how the insurance is going to calculate depreciation for that because they technically appreciated, but other than some of those collectibles, everything else would have been electronics. One of my DVD books, I had 4. There's only 3. They took the blue one. I had a red, gray, black, and blue. The blue one's missing. I think they hold 200 DVDs. Yeah, that would make sense. 4 to a page, and 25 pages front and back, so 200. So 200 DVDs. Couldn't tell you which ones they were. Actually, I should have looked. They weren't in order, like alphabetical order or anything. They were in order by genre. So I had one with cartoons, like Disney animations, one with horror, one with action, one with comedy. I don't know which one it was, but either way, they all are pretty much maxed out with 200 or so DVDs that I collected from the point where I was 17 and I joined the Navy up until Blu-rays came out and I stopped buying DVDs. And I didn't buy Blu-rays because I wasn't about to replace my whole collection. Actually, I did buy about 5 Blu-rays, but they were all actually there. They were not in the case. They were in their original blue packaging, and they are all, I put everything much further back, all the stuff that I do have electronics-wise. I am taking with me nothing special. I'm taking a couple bathing suits. This is the shirt that I was wearing today. It's my passport. And then the rest of these, just so nobody gets it twisted, these are not electronics that I'm taking so that I can claim they were stolen. These are just power adapters. And everybody can use more of these around their house. So I'm just going to take them. But, there's nothing plugged into them anymore. Why? Because all my smart home stuff that was attached to all these is missing. Google Homes, Hue lights, tons of Hue lights. I had about 15 or so Google Homes in my house. I have a receipt of all these on my Best Buy app because I bought most of them when I worked at Best Buy. And so I will be able to look up and see exactly how many. But I had a lot. A lot of Hue lights. I had a brand new Nintendo Switch. My other Nintendo Switch is at my house. I had a brand new Nintendo Switch that I got for signing up for Verizon Internet. They gave me a free laptop and a free Nintendo Switch for signing up, and the laptop is a Chromebook that I don't really need. So it was in here. That's missing. The Nintendo Switch I was going to save for the instance that my current Nintendo Switch ever got damaged or missing, or the battery just doesn't hold a charge anymore. I would have a backup, but they took that. So my Chromebook, Google Homes, and then brand new Nintendo Switch. It was a regular Nintendo Switch, though, not the Nintendo Switch 2 that just came out. My Xbox is at the house, but my PlayStation is not, and all my PlayStation stuff, including all my peripherals, are missing. And it was a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Pro to be exact. Dang, DVDs, I'm trying to think. It's really unfortunate that I didn't have an actual tally of everything that I put in here. My TVs are still in there. One of them was moved, and so I can't tell if it's working or not. I had it between two mattresses, and now, as you can see, it's kind of up there in the back. You can barely see the top. Let me see, where's my finger? That's the TV bracket sticking up right there, and that black right there is the TV, and this black that's shinier in front of it is a chair. But you know what, so the blue bags that are on it, that's the ones that were right here, the empty ones that had a lot of stuff missing. I ended up moving them a little bit further back so I can make more room behind here. And I'm just now noticing that my drill was in there. Pretty much all my Ryobi tools. I had the Ryobi collection, I guess. It was a saw, a drill, a hot glue gun, like 5 power tools, two saws, like a sawzall and a circular saw. The drill, 2 drills, one torque, one regular, a flashlight, the hot glue gun, and of course the charging base that was on top of the chair. Now what I put back there was the empty bag that was everything was taken from, except for my power strips. All right, so I'm going to conclude this video, and I'll refer to it back later when I make an actual tally of everything. There were some books as well. I purchased a whole bunch of really nice books from Barnes & Nobles, and I say they're really nice because they looked really nice, but they were only about 10 to 15 bucks each for the majority of them, and then I guess there was a handful that were between 25 and 50 bucks, but yeah, they're gone too. They were also in one of those blue bags. So Disney memorabilia, including the magic bands, which I call watches, but they're magic bands, the ears that are irreplaceable. They were part of a Disney collection, and I do have photos of those before I put them in here because I wanted to show them to a friend. I do actually have the purchase history of the watches, and of course my Best Buy purchase history. Barnes & Nobles, I think they do keep a track of all your purchases, and I'll probably be able to calculate how much value I had in books in here, and then we'll go from there. This sucks. Oh, and then damaged stuff. So there was a damaged light, damaged reptile cage. That reptile cage is actually damaged as well. I have this sitting on top of it because the back is kind of collapsed in. And this was sitting on top of it, but whoever put it back after moving or breaking this one last time, because it was sitting perpendicular on top, whoever put it in rammed the back of this one into the dresser that's behind it, and it's kind of, it's not broken or shattered or anything, but it is kind of collapsing in on itself. But unfortunately, I just have all this junk in there. This is a whole bunch of reptile, reptile cage stuff. Some of it was in this one, but I had to put it all in there. And now I just need to keep it somewhere. For now, I'll probably come back later with a box, or maybe I'll go to IKEA and get some more of those blue bags so I can transfer all the stuff that's in there out, and then just get rid of it, because it's supposed to be, it's for reptiles, but it is also watertight down here on the bottom. This is watertight. This is meant to be a fish aquarium where you have fish living down below and snake or lizard up top, or a whole terrarium for frogs who are amphibious, which would have a dry area up top and a water area down there. And so based on the fact that the back is collapsed in a little bit, I'm going to assume it's no longer watertight. And I'm not going to bring it home to test it. And so, but I am going to leave it in here right now because it is holding all the stuff that's in there. And there's a lot of little stuff, some rocks, rocks and little figures and stuff that go inside the reptile cages. And I just don't want them all loose everywhere. So I'm going to leave it in there for now. You can see there is a decent amount of glass. I did pick up, well, here's a few more big pieces. I did pick up as many of the big pieces as possible because I don't want anybody to get hurt. But I am going to request that whoever is working come maybe sweep up because I'm not going to do this with my hands. All right, end of this video.